Hey y'all, good morning. So I'm up this morning at 5 o'clock, a little earlier than I would normally get up. One thing about me is that I suffer from insomnia, so I don't sleep 8 hours at a time. I don't sleep 4 hours at a time. I sleep 30 minutes an hour, and then back up some back and forth, back and forth. But particularly last night, I took a sleep aid because my body was tired, so I wanted to get some sleep. Cool. So I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I don't have any kids with me today nor last night, so I went to sleep. And when I woke up, like about 30 minutes ago, I woke up to 56 calls in a matter of 18 minutes. They were 56 missed calls in a matter of 18 minutes, all from like the same person. I'm not going to make this post, like a man rant, because this is anybody. Women do this as well. People, we have to learn how to recognize red flags. I can call a person once or twice. If you don't answer, you don't call, you don't text or anything like that, I can take a hint. This is 2020. Everybody has caller ID. You saw that I called. Most people have your number saved in their phone, so they know it's you calling. You don't have to call, repeatedly. It's a different type of feeling when you have a guy that's just designated, or a girl that's just designated as a friend, and they exhibit signs of jealousy. That's another red flag. A person that's disrespectful to you, just, highly disrespectful, that's a red flag. A person that just kind of makes you feel uneasy, those are red flags. And people, we need to start, when we see red flags, we need to go the other direction. I recently cut an individual off. For one, I didn't care for his drug use. He was a person that popped pills. That's not my cup of tea, under no circumstances. For two, he was unstable, didn't really want to work. I just didn't really care for him on that level like that. And there's nothing, doesn't make me a bad person because I didn't like him. He just wasn't my cup of tea. Unfortunately, I was his cup of tea on every scope. So he's having a hard time letting go. I got him a job where I worked. We don't work in the same building though. We work in two separate buildings. You can try to help somebody, but if they don't help themselves, you're just like spinning your wheels. So I tried to be a friend and try to get this person to be a little bit more stable in their life, and they don't show up to work and all this other kind of stuff. So it's above me right now. And so I don't want to have anything to do with this individual, but they are repeatedly contacting me. And what happens is you block them from one number and they just call from another. I've had the same telephone number for several years, and it's like, do I really want to change my number, or do I just want to start blocking every number that this person calls from? I'm not being mean, and I'm not like just trying to ghost this person, but this person is so not what I'm looking for. He has erratic bipolar behavior. I don't know that he has the propensity to hurt anybody. I just think that men are, they're so used to handling women like this, that if a woman handles them like this, they don't know how to handle it. Because he used to repeatedly tell me like, oh, you act like a man. No, I don't act like a man. He wasn't my thing to start off with. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was a cool guy initially, but like the more you get around people and the more you hang out with them, you tend to realize that that they're not what you're looking for. And I tried to be nice and ease out of the friendship, but things took a turn, and I just couldn't. I don't be bothered anymore. I think the whole popping pills is what kind of just threw me off. I don't condone any drug use. I mean, I don't really consider weed drug use, but when you're popping and taking ecstasy that keeps you up for 3 days, stuff like that, that's just like a sure way to getting on heroin. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not that's just not my thing. And I just think that we have to, when we see warning signs from a person, we have to take those warning signs for what they are. And they are big red warning signs, and go the other direction. If you call me 56 times, if I didn't answer the first time, I'm not going to answer on the 56th time. If you text me calling me every type of raggedy bitch that you can muster up with your fingers, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to respond to, it'll be, oh, you raggedy bitch, and da 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 da, and then 30 seconds later, oh, well, baby, I miss you, can you please call? No, that is how people end up killed. Men do this and women do this. I know somebody personally that will call her guy until he picks up. I do not care if it's 200 times she'll call. And I told her, I said, what is the purpose of that? Like, he sees you calling. That doesn't make you mad? Because that would piss me off if I had to sit there and call you 200 times. I'm not going to call anybody 200 times in a row, but it would make me mad if I had to sit and repeatedly call someone like that, and then they finally answer. Like, you didn't see me calling the other 199 times, so like, now you want to answer? I'm just not that type of woman, in a sense, if that makes sense. It doesn't, I don't act that way. Like, I see things for what they are. This may sound very mean and terrible, but it just is what it is. And the thing is, when I was very young, I got my heart broke by a boy, and I was just like devastated. Like, this boy didn't want to be with me. I was so distraught. And my grandmother, God rest her soul, and she just basically told me straight up, and excuse my language, listen, stop crying. Sometimes a motherfucker just don't want you, and that's it. And ever since I was like 16, that has been my motto. You cannot force a person to be with you. If they don't want you, they don't want you. And then that is why I have, no problem. If somebody doesn't want to be bothering me, I'll just keep it moving and, exiting the stage. Like, I don't hang on. It's not to say that if I was in a relationship, I wouldn't fight for a relationship if it was worth fighting for. But if somebody is showing me clear signs that they do not want me, they do not want to be bothered with me, you ain't got to worry. Like, that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? And I just think this goes for anybody. If a person has shown you signs that they don't want you, you're just going to have to take an L and keep it moving. This type of behavior, when you're disrespectfully texting and you're calling, 60 times in 20 minutes, and, you're making fake Facebook pages and Instagram pages because this person has you blocked on all levels of social media, that's when you probably need to sit back and reevaluate yourself and figure out what's going on. I will just say that I don't feel unsafe, but it is starting to get on my nerves. And I've had a conversation with this person once or twice about this, to stop and knock it off. And, I don't want to be friends. Like, if we could have still been cool or whatever, I don't want to be friends, because this is just, it would never stop. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that this morning. Like, this is something new and it's weird for me. Have a great day.